We didn't get an answer there, but thank God Michelle here follows up with the question that was just asked that we just saw about, did you know about the third set of classified documents? And we actually get an answer, you guys. For the love of God, it's come. It's just taken a long time. I mean, hell, but we got one, folks. Buckle up, support us if you haven't already. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below. Let's actually see Karine Jean-Pierre answer a question.
Good, Michelle.
Thanks, Karine. I'm going to follow up on Cecilia's question, and sorry if I missed it, but on Friday, did you or did you not know about the additional 5 pages?
I literally just answered that question.
But I missed it, so is it yes or no?
Well, I mean, you're not too far sitting next to her, so I was very clear. I provided the information that you all had at the time, and I confirmed. No, I did not know. I'm saying I had the information. I actually said this to Cecilia. I had the information that you all had at the time, right? And so this is why I also said to Cecilia, this is why we are trying to be very prudent here, and we're trying to be very consistent and say this is an ongoing legal process, and this is why I say we're just not going to comment from here. That is a perfect example in Cecilia's question, and I was very clear about that.
I just want to pause it there, you guys, because she has answered this question before, so there could be some truth here as to literally she did not know or her staff did not know. Because she was asked, I believe it was Steven that asked this question of, you know, did you or your staff know anything about these documents? And she said no, but his previous question was about a strategy. And he referenced that strategy in his question. And I said, look, technically she wouldn't be lying because she didn't believe it was a strategy to begin with. And so if she said no, that no could be referencing the strategy because she didn't believe it was a strategy in terms of the White House communication on what's been going on here. Now it's a pretty clear no that she's saying she didn't know about these third set of classified documents. And on Sunday's show, I did mention that there could be some truth to that because the way the timing works of Thursday evening, the documents are found. The press briefing, I believe, was Friday morning. And there's a potential of a lag of communication to get to her before that briefing, and then everything was released on Saturday. Now, here's the issue. It really shows a lack of communication in that White House. It really shows that, quite frankly, she might not know a damn thing that's going on in that White House. Like, she might not know anything, which has been a prediction and a conspiracy theory here on the Bald Brad Show, that because Joe Biden is cuckoo, she don't have any idea what's going on either. So she comes across as cuckoo. She don't have a clue. Nobody has a clue. That's why she's going, oh, you got to talk to the White House counsel. You got to talk to the DOJ. You got to talk to Joe Biden's personal attorneys because she don't have a damn clue. As to why, I don't know. She's supposed to be the mouthpiece for the guy. So this creates more questions of who knows that in the White House? When did they know? How did they know? How is this being handled? Because there is a mix-up between the White House and the DOJ because the White House is handling some aspects of this. So is the DOJ. And she's trying to separate the two. You'll see it actually gets into more questions that haven't been answered, and we'll see if they do get answered because now there's a spider web, folks. Let me know in the comments, do you think she's lying? Because this is going to continue, but I want to know, do you guys think she's lying here? Honest to God, I actually believe her. I know it's crazy. You're like, I'm unsubscribing. No way. I actually believe her. I don't think she knew. I don't think she knew. And I think that's part of the strategy is to keep her out of the loop as much as possible. Because if she's out of the loop, guess who else is out of the loop? All of us. And if all of us are out of the loop too, guess who else is out of the loop? The press, which is why the press don't know anything. And I'm not belittling them. They're doing a great job here of trying to get their questions answered. I'm just saying that they don't know anything because she won't answer their questions whatsoever. And did you notice Peter Doocy hadn't got his question answered on Friday because she dodged him and blew him off. And guess what? Guess who gets blown off today too? Jackie Heinrich of Fox News. So Fox News has been blown off for 2 press briefings in a row, and I'm sure you can guess why, folks. I'm sure you can guess why. It's unbelievable.
When did you learn about the documents found at the Penn Center in November and in Wilmington in December?
When your team was doing a story on it.
Got it.
That means she didn't find out until last week on Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, this is where it gets interesting, you guys. I told you it's a spider web. If they broke the story on Wednesday, did she know about the second set of classified documents that were found in his garage on Wednesday as well? and neglected to tell everybody because the press didn't know about that second set of classified documents. Or when it broke about the second set of classified documents and everybody rolled in on Thursday, is that when she found out as well? Furthermore, one thing that's missing here is, when did she know about the third set of documents? There's a lot of questions here. I'm telling you guys, this is such a spider web. It's crazy. I'm trying to keep track of it all for you. That's why I keep repeating myself a little bit of the timeline and the process, because some things could be slipped up here. Some things could go under the rug. But boy, oh boy, we're going to try to get answers for all of you here, folks. I promise. I'm going to try my best.
Because I was also asked a similar question about if our team has been engaged on this, and I've been very clear. This is something that the White House counsel is handling. This is something that is being handled by the president's lawyers, and been very clear. That's why this is why we are being prudent here. This is why we're being consistent with what we have done the last 2 years when it comes to DOJ, Department of Justice investigation. We are just not going to interfere.
Well, on that note, you've repeatedly emphasized the need, just as you did today, for independence, for integrity of the Department of Justice investigation. One reason why you continue to point us to the DOJ. So I wonder, why then did the White House counsel go to Wilmington to facilitate the handing over of documents to the DOJ? How is that separate? How is that separating the White House from the DOJ?
And Weijia, I appreciate the questions. I know there's going to continue to be dozens more questions probably today, and I will say, reach out to the White House counsel's office. That's one of the reasons my colleague was on the phone with many of you taking questions today, and I'm just going to leave it there. That is something for them to answer.
Okay, but it's related to something that you keep telling us, which is how much it is important to this White House to separate the White House from the DOJ's investigation. But the White House counsel was the one to go and facilitate the documents, to look for the documents.
Again, they have been working very closely with the Department of Justice. I would refer you to them. If you want to know specifically about their actions, specifically about what they're doing, I would point you to the White House counsel's office. Look, guys, you guys can ask me this 100 times, 200 times if you wish. I'm going to keep saying the same thing. I hear your question. It's been asked, it's been answered, it's been noted, and we're just going to try to move on here, and we're going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on.
False information.
One more, because Ian did have that call today, and he said that the White House would, quote, fully cooperate with the investigation. Does that mean that President Biden is willing to be interviewed if called on?
I'm just not gonna. You're asking a question that should go to the White House counsel's office. As you just said, Ian, you spoke to my colleague just moments ago. That is something that the White House counsel's office should be answering. Anything specific to the DOJ or special counsels, what they...
She's gonna continue the same thing. Look, what's interesting here is, like I said, she's trying to make a separation between the DOJ and the White House. Oh, we're following this, we're following that. I want to be prudent. I want to be clear. I want to be transparent. But yet, great question here. Fabulous question by CBS News. Michelle going, well, why would the White House counsel show up for these classified documents if that's something from the DOJ and their job? Which you're seeing now a conflation. And now they have even more questions. You guys, I'm telling you, this thing is spiraling out of control, and she don't know what to do nor how to handle this thing. I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Bald Brad Show. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all our future content.